to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running.
Welcome back to the RunnerX podcast. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I'm here with Coach Valerie. Coach, it's been a busy season. I've got a lot of work going on, and we're coming up on the holidays, and we've missed a couple of podcasts. And so that being said, I wanted to ask you, what happens if I'm training for like a spring marathon and I'm missing my workouts? Do I double up my effort? Do I add more strength? Do I do more cross training? Like, how do I make up that time when life kind of gets in the way? What would you advise me as a coach?
Well, I generally have of course, we give everybody a plan. So when you're training for a race, the main thing though is, people are really afraid of losing fitness. And that's the best part of like our training plans is we have the skill practice, which is the drills. We've got strength training. We've got self-care, and all of our assignments.
Yeah.
And so the running is like what takes the longest, as it should, because you're training for running. So when you cannot get out for long, like I've missed a run, the answer isn't to, like, I call it punishment. I'm not going to go say, I missed I was supposed to run 30 minutes yesterday. I didn't get there, so I'm going to run an hour tomorrow. That's not going to work, especially if you are under stress, right? And your schedule is making you stressed. So this is where, of course, your coach will help you with this. But this is where I call them, like, I've seen it a lot written, like exercise bites. For me, it's like the practice. Okay, if you can't get out to run today, that's fine. Make sure you do maybe like a RunRx strength workout. And our RunRx strength workouts are like 10 minutes or less. So that's what I do. So you're not missing, you might miss the big run. You're not missing the work that keeps you able to run. And this is really important, guys, because when you're out running, everyone thinks so much about their cardio, but what breaks down for runners isn't usually their cardio. It's their, something starts to hurt. There's a breakdown in the body. So whether it's the hops, needless to say running, but I haven't been doing things like ball of foot hops, or if I'm not running, I need to do ball of foot hops. How are you getting that muscle tendon elasticity stronger? How are you getting that calf and foot ready to hold your body weight? So the skill and strength portion of the things that we give you is how you not just maintain, but gain. Like, how am I getting stronger and more able to handle the running? So, and that's important because like this is what keeps you ready to run. That way, when you do get out for the run, you can work on the cardio aspect of it. And of course, people we talk about cross training. That's a big, I hear about this a lot. One of the things that's really nice about physiology in your body is you really don't need hours and hours and hours and hours of continuous fitness for your heart to get strong.
Right.
It needs to, right. So that's even important. And this is important for people to understand. So if I have more limited time, I need to up the intensity. And that can be with strength. It can be with our drills. And it's important to understand intensity doesn't mean sprinting. It just means using your whole body in a way that's going to stimulate everything you need for your run. And that's important because when you go out to run, you're really doing that same repetitive movement over and over and over again. So being prepared for that is really, really important.
So on that same token, like, I know we get this a lot, especially when you first come into the membership and we're just getting you kind of reset to start running again. And we have these shorter sessions that maybe it only takes you 5 or 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes to do what you're asking them to do. And people are like, well, no, I'm supposed to do it for an hour. What you're saying, though, is that I don't need an hour of something per se, especially if I'm not doing it correctly. Can you talk about how sometimes those small little bursts, when done correctly, have such a profound effect?
Yeah, of course. So I think this is funny too, by the way. As an endurance person, as a runner, and I see this a lot, you don't need an hour of weights. Like, we're not trying to be the bodybuilders, right? So we have to start thinking about quality over quantity. And just like in running, by the way, and this is important, you know, you can split up a run and the body will still get the same benefit. Like that's a very, I don't know, misguided belief that the body has to be working all the time or for all this, duration. And it's important to understand that of course you have to go out and get off time on your feet. You got to get a long run in for training for long events. However, the reality of how the body really gets used well, or gets more efficient, is actually different. Like we need to do high intensity. I keep using that word, but
Yeah.
quality panting. But yes, you got to get your heart rate up. You've got to do something that's going to make you stronger. You've got to challenge yourself. You've got to challenge your body. And then you've got to give it time to recovery, right? To recover. And so that's important too. If you're always doing a long distance or a long time out there, you really need a lot of recovery. So you have to be careful of doing too much to the body, because then you also have to make sure you give it long enough time to recover. So, I mean, that's how you balance it.
Yeah.
And then, you have to balance it. So that's why it's nice to some days, it's okay if you miss a day. Nothing's going to happen. But you can also, in that day, you're going to miss your big run or whatever. I can do it. I'm laughing because while we were talking, my husband's out of town and he's like, I have 10 minutes. So I'm going to do a workout called Sit Up Cindy. So all he has is 10 minutes, but guys, he's going to do, I think you go 5 sit-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats for 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, when you're done with that, it's enough.
Yeah.
How much the body benefits from even a small bout, you're more likely to do it. Rather than having the mindset that, oh, I don't have 30 minutes or an hour, forget it. Change your mindset.
Yeah, that's really key, guys. So if you're coming into the holiday season and like us, things are kind of getting out of track and maybe you're not getting your workouts in, we hope you will come to the RunRx page and you'll join our membership and we can help you get through it. And it will make your life so much easier because you'll have a community, you'll have a coach, and you'll be able to get to meeting your fitness goals with us. And we would make it so much happier. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.